Good morning. I'm Dr. Debra Matthews, Interim Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. And I gladly welcome you all today to our annual Faculty and Staff Convocation. While we're unable to celebrate in our traditional way this year, I want to encourage each of you to reflect and embody our core values: stewardship, engagement, adaptability, and learning, as we work together to embark on an academic year unlike any other. We must be good stewards of the resources we've been given in this ever-changing and uncertain economic climate. Engagement will be key to our success as we work to connect and build relationships with each other through these challenging times. Thank you to each of you for your commitment to Middle Georgia State. Before we go any further, let's take a look at a few highlights from the previous year. Now, as we turn our attention to the coming year, having strong leadership during such a challenging time is essential, and Middle Georgia State University is fortunate to have that type of leadership. At this time, I would like to welcome our president, Dr. Chris Blake.
Thank you, Provost Matthews, for that introduction and for showing us what an amazing year we had in that video. It was wonderful to see all the things that we accomplished. Well, hello, everyone. Greetings and welcome. My name is Chris Blake, and I have the honor of serving as the president of Middle Georgia State University. And I'm here today to announce that we are having Convocation. And last year I learned that the word convocare is a Latin word meaning an assembly, which seems so fitting for a university because we are a place that assembles people and ideas and learning. And it provides a key milestone, a moment to look forward to the year ahead and also to look back to the achievements of the past year. But none of us would imagine that we would be meeting virtually today. And I certainly hope that next year we will be able to meet in person. None of us 6 months ago thought that we would be called upon to exercise the leadership and the decisions and the adaptability that we so successfully demonstrated as a university. And actually, that's what I'd like to start this convocation by focusing on. We showed one of our core 4 values of adaptability, how it can work as a whole university. And one of the things I learned is that those values, of course, are valuable. That's what the word implies, but they're also difficult. They're demanding. They're challenging. And we rose to the occasion. And we rose to the occasion in several ways. First of all, in mid-March, we were able to take all our teaching and learning, and in just a 2-week period, we moved that to a remote and online platform. During that, we also moved 2,000 students, residential students, off our campuses and back to places where they would not be residing and congregating on campus. We then finished the year with virtual honors convocation and virtual commencement ceremonies. And in so doing, our students demonstrated the same levels of achievement that they have shown over the past 5 years at each spring. That's an amazing achievement. And then maybe the icing on the cake for this past few months is what's just happened over summer. This summer, for the first time in our history, Middle Georgia State University enrolled over 4,000 students in its summer program. That was a 14.5% increase on our summer of last year. So, adaptability. We felt the stress, we responded to the challenge, and we succeeded. And I look back on these past 5 months, and I want to say to all of our staff and our faculty, we did it because of your skill, your leadership, and your perseverance. I thank you and I respect you. We did very well, and we will have to continue doing well as we move forward. So what can we say about this year that we face now? Well, first of all, a university is a place where people come together. And as we look forward, at Convocation, I always talk about the vital signs of the university. And I would like to talk to you first about enrollment. You've heard me say this to you every year that I've been your president. We are an enrollment-based institution. We rely on enrollment to maintain our strength. And we have had an extraordinary success in the past 3 years in being able to turn our enrollment decline around and see consistent enrollment progress. So much so that we have been the 3rd fastest growing institution in the university system of Georgia. Congratulations and thank you. We must maintain it. That is my second message about enrollment. This year, we have an aggressive goal of enrolling 8,450 students. We will need those students in order to make our budget, in order to return the budget that the university system requires of us. I know we can do it. It means a lot of work from now, even for the next 10 days, 2 weeks, in order to make sure that every student we can enroll is given the opportunity to be at Middle Georgia State University. A target of 8,450 is a stretch target, but it is realistic and is necessary. It also translates into credit hours, which actually drive future funding from the university system, but a credit hour production that will put us for the first time over 90,000 hours of credit hours in this year. So we're looking at a goal of 92,950. I would ask you, if you are involved in any way in helping bring students, think of the ways in which your office, your work, supports our enrollment effort. It is truly a shared activity. It doesn't belong to one office or another department. It belongs to all of us. And I ask you to be involved in this process as we get ready for what will be a challenging semester as we move ahead. The reasons we do this are in terms of the final end of the enrollment pipeline, which is graduation. I am proud that more and more students each year leave this university with a credential and work in the state of Georgia and in this region. We know that the vast majority, something like 9 out of 10 of our students, work in this state. It's because of your work that you are making sure that hospitals, that schools, that businesses, that nonprofits, those professions are strong, and so are the communities, the towns, the cities where they live. This is something we do as a public university. We continue to do it more and more strongly, and our academic reputation is growing correctly and rightly as a consequence of that. Now, in looking at our vital signs, I also each year stress, so what does it mean in terms of our financial picture, our fiscal situation for the year ahead? And here, we must remember the impact of this pandemic in so many ways has changed our work and our lives and the way we relate to one another, and it has also negatively impacted our resources. You will recall that the state of Georgia required a 10% cut in its agency budgets. And through the excellent work of our budget office and through the extraordinary skill of our facilities team in keeping our buildings at minimum operations this summer, we have been able to start this year strong. But we still face a situation where our total budget for next year will have dropped by about $6 million. That's the reason why our enrollment target is so important, because we rely on our students by coming here to help sustain the direction, the momentum, the employment, which you know has been a priority of mine in terms of what we do for the lives and the livelihoods of our faculty and staff. I'm proud that Middle Georgia State has not had to reduce to downsizing its employee base. But it's critical now with this loss in our budget for this year that we try to make up for that through enrollment and through other things that we can do, and in reaching out to help from our donors and our friends and our supporters. How this translates, this financial picture, is one in which I am proud that still the vast majority of our funds are allocated to instruction and academic support as they should be. Now, we know that students experience this university not just in the classroom, but also in the clubs, in the residence program, in the many ways that they participate in athletics and so on. And it's important that we fund that experience. But the primary core of a degree is still based on the interaction between a faculty member and his or her students. And we are driving our resources towards that experience in order to keep the high level of graduation that I talked about just a few moments ago. So those are the realities we face. We also know that we face something that causes us great anxiety, me as much as anyone, and that is COVID-19. It is here. It's a reality. And it's something we must respect, and every single day remember that when we are on campus, that we wear our masks, that we socially distance, that we wash our hands frequently, and that we're mindful of others as well as ourselves. We do that. That's the value of a university. Now, when I look back over the past year, it's clear we had some key priorities that we were addressing, and then COVID, which I just mentioned, disrupted that. So if we look at what we did last year, we are still in the progress of an academic comprehensive review. And that is work that should continue. And I know that Debra Matthews and her deans will continue that work. But I am proud to say that we were able to build corporate partnerships, and we launched MGA Direct, our online campus. We have advanced in terms of developing new degrees. We completed our SACS QEP. And I'm also delighted to tell you that the issue of staff compensation is still a priority, and we will be doing the survey starting that next month. Our greatness campaign has progressed wonderfully. As any of you looking at our Macon campus will see the changes going on, you will know that that is intimately aligned with our future enrollment center. And I'm especially delighted that during this difficult time for the state of Georgia with its budget, we were able not only to develop a government plan, but to obtain funding, large levels of funding specifically for aviation and for our nursing program in Dublin, on our Dublin campus, and also to finish out the amazing work going on our Cochrane campus. That was a real bonus and something that we can say we knocked that out the park in terms of achieving a strategic growth for Middle Georgia State. I also use Convocation to outline to you, so what are the priorities we need to focus on for the coming year? So I'm pleased to share these for the first time now. This will dictate our focus in addition to the ongoing work that I just mentioned. Now, you'll remember that our strategic plan, Elevating Middle Georgia, still has another 3 years to run. And that plan describes imperatives and strategies, and then it also talks about annual priorities. I'm not going to talk about the whole plan. I want to focus briefly on what we are going to do in terms of priorities, focus priorities for this year. Firstly, we are opening in a few days our new residence facility, Lake Point View. With that, it makes total sense. Let's make residence life a focus of change and improvement and strength. We have wonderful residence facilities, and now we need to build programming that keeps our students safe and enriched. It's also clear that our retention of students is something we need to focus on. At the end of July, we only had 66% of our spring students registered for their fall classes. We need to work between academic and student affairs on retention. Thirdly, a university is a place of plural ideas, multiple experiences, and diversity. None of us have lost the images and the reality that we are living at a time of racial inequality, of social injustice, and of great stress and tension. Universities are the place where we can bring meaningful analysis and thought and dialogue to strengthen diversity, equity, and inclusion. That will be a priority for all of us this year. Fourthly, we should continue to develop our online platform. It is going so well. We are seeing more and more interested students. That is the direction that we must sustain. But ironically, we also, because we're a hybrid institution, need to make sure, as we do in our fifth priority, that we enrich the face-to-face experience. Our deans, our faculty, and our chairs, academic chairs, have critical decisions about when is the best time to deliver a program online, and when should it be face-to-face. There's no easy answer for that. Only within the discipline can those decisions be made. But it is clear that it is not either or for Middle Georgia State. It is both and. Sixthly, and I mentioned this a moment ago, we're going to do the Carl Vincent salary survey for our staff. We're also going to make sure that our employees experience the well-being and the safety that this pandemic requires. So throughout this year, and until we're at a time when we know that the pandemic has been controlled and there is no prediction on when that will be, safety, well-being, and security for our employees will be a priority for this university and for my administration. We have 4 other things we're going to focus on as well as that. I'm so proud of our development team. They launched the Disaster Relief Fund to help with COVID expenses for our students, and they raised $60,000. And I'm challenging them today, let's raise that to $100,000. There is help available for our students, and they need it at this difficult time. And that's something that I know will continue to enrich our donor base, to motivate our outreach to outside of the campus, and keep people helping our students moving forward. We need to upgrade our technology infrastructure, and we are looking at ways we can do that cost effectively. Currently, we have an outdated telephone system, but here's what I learned, which concerns me. It's not only outdated, it's incredibly expensive. Those funds would be better used towards more contemporary ways of communication. And I do want to give a call out for OTR. When we went fully online in the spring, the ability to get us all trained in Microsoft Teams and be able to deliver an online platform to all students was extraordinary. It was quite magnificent. We need now to have the infrastructure to sustain that excellence. Finally, we need resources from the outside as well. That's a large part of my job as president. is to look outside and find where are there the supporters, where are there the advocates for this university. And I'm so proud that they are going louder and larger over the last 5 years. So we will finish our greatness campaign, we will exceed the $11 million goal, and we will go public and publish this campaign in the coming year. And I will do that with the advancement team. And with the government relations team, we will also make sure that we continue this excellent drive of getting state resources specifically to develop academic centers. I've asked the provost and the deans to identify what should those centers be. We, for example, launched last year the Center for Software Innovation in Warner Robins. What a magnificent outreach that is. Now is the time to find the resources to develop that and other academic centers that will help build our academic outreach to the community at large. Those are 10 important elements of this year. And it would be easy to say, well, we can't do those because we're going to be in the middle of pandemic. I would say we must do those because we have been showing for the last 7 years that this idea of a single middle Georgia state is an idea with promise, an idea with change, an idea with outreach and growth at its core. And I want us to see us continuing in that way, building on that momentum and making sure that we're able to bring the finest education possible to our students here in Middle Georgia. We say, find your greatness, and we call ourselves the Knights. I was struck, as you may have seen, by an image that came out just a few weeks ago. This is, I'm not saying this because my homeland originally was Britain, but this is an image of Queen Elizabeth II. And what she's doing, she has a sword, but fortunately it's not threatening. She is touching the shoulder of a gentleman there, and in a tradition which is known as knighting someone. He now becomes Sir. And the man, in fact, is 100 years old. His name is Captain Tom Moore. He was a veteran of the British Army in what is now Myanmar, but was Burma in the Second World War. But as he approached his 100th year, when you and I might think that a person of 100, their greatness in life is over, he had an idea. He saw, like we saw, the healthcare workers in this pandemic, and he saw them in Britain. He thought he would walk around his property, he has nice property, and he would get on his walker and he would walk 100 times and try and raise some money to help fund his local hospital with some extra PPE, personal protective equipment. And his goal was £1,000. That's about $1,400. Captain Tom Moore raised $40 million from around the world. And as a result, the very first thing that Queen Elizabeth did after lockdown, the first public act, was that she made him a knight. She made him Captain Sir Tom Moore. Now, here's the reality. I'm sure I read his letter, and he felt he didn't do anything special. His greatness had been with him throughout his life. And the reality is our students come to us already with greatness, and we help them find it. They will go on for the rest of their lives, some of them maybe to the age of 100, doing great things. And maybe they will be globally recognized late in life. But whether they are famous or not, whether they are recognized at the age of 100 or not, like Captain Sir Tom Moore, they have greatness within them throughout their lives. Our job is the finest of all, the most noble, the most demanding, and the most rewarding. It's to help our students know that they bring greatness to this world and that we have the privilege of helping them identify it and deliver it to others. I wish you a wonderful fall semester. I ask you to be safe. I ask you to practice all the COVID-compliant behaviors that we are reminded about. I ask you to think of your own health and that of your colleagues and those around you. This won't be an easy year, but it will be a great year. I want to thank you for what you do for Middle Georgia State University, and I look forward very much to working with you this coming year. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Andre Nicholson, an associate professor of communication here at Middle Georgia State University. I'm happy to be here today to introduce two outstanding and dynamic students, Ms. Kessiny Neal and Mr. Brett Mitchell. Ms. Neal is her second-year student at MGA, and she's a math major. She was chosen this past year as the Knights Lead Student of the Year. Mr. Mitchell is an accounting major and former firefighter from Gray, Georgia, who is also returning to school. He was recognized for having a research paper accepted at the National Conference of Undergraduate Research. So please welcome them as they share their stories and experiences here at MGA.
My name is Brett Mitchell. I'm a senior accounting major here at Middle Georgia State. I'm from Gray, Georgia, currently living in Macon. I graduated from Jones County High School back in 2011.
I am Kessiny Neal. I am a sophomore mathematics major here at Middle Georgia State, and I am from Valdosta, Georgia.
I was a firefighter for Macon-Bibb County Fire Department. I got married, and a couple of months later realized I didn't like the 24-hour shift schedule. So I started looking into accounting because it's definitely, me and my wife have always wanted to move somewhere different and just, kind of travel, work in different places, live in different places, and accounting's very mobile. There's always a need for accountants everywhere, and that's really how I chose accounting and decided to come back to Middle Georgia State.
Well, I learned about Middle Georgia State from one of the college fairs I went to, and I had a couple of friends who also went, and they raved about this school, so it gave me a chance to take a look at it.
My greatest academic experience so far was co-authoring a project with Dr. Stephen Morse. We got selected to present at the 2020 Undergraduate Research Conference. It was postponed or canceled completely due to COVID-19, but it was very nice getting to do that work and getting the experience in data analysis and how to really take just simple numbers on a page and transform them into a project.
My greatest academic experience here at Middle Georgia State has been being able to be on the Dean's List my first semester.
I got involved with the accounting club last year with the Meet the Firms event. It let me be able to meet local firms and really get my resume out there and see how the interview process works for accounting firms. And since then, I have gotten deeper involved in the club and will be serving as vice president of the club for fall of 2020.
Here at Middle Georgia State, I am a part of many different clubs. I am an RA for once. I am also the Student Government Association secretary and also the Macon campus senator. I am also in Emerging Leaders, and I hope to be in the Torch Society this coming fall.
In 5 years, I see myself hopefully working for an accounting firm in the auditing department. I want to get into auditing to investigate and make sure firms are make sure companies are doing the right thing that they're supposed to do. It's pretty neat to be more on the investigative side of things.
In 5 years, I plan to be in the public school system teaching middle school and high school math.
Definitely Dr. Stephen Morse, he's helped me get more involved in the business program and helped me learn a lot through our project we worked on together. Dr. Harry McCallum is very, very good at teaching new accounting students coming in, really how to just build a great groundwork.
Yes, Dr. Burnett here in the Cochran campus at Middle Georgia State was my mentor for the Knights Lead group. She was one of the ones that allowed me to open myself up to more opportunities and put my name out there for me to be able to be and have more jobs.
Middle Georgia State's tagline is "Greatness starts here," and I've definitely found that to be true in my studies. Coming back to Middle Georgia State has helped me grow as a person and as a professional. I've grown as a student. I've done things I didn't think I would be able to do. I used to be deathly afraid of public speaking, and now while working with the different projects I've done, I've been able to speak in front of faculty and staff and my fellow students. There's really just little things like that just turn into such big things as you go to school here.
Here at Middle Georgia, our motto is "Greatness starts here." And being that I have been here for a year and a half, it has allowed me to be great in multiple areas. Being personal, in my academic areas, and many other areas that have helped me along the way.
Good morning again. I'm honored to present this year's Faculty Recognition Awards to outstanding faculty members who have been nominated for this award by their supervisors, staff, other faculty, and their students. Each year, the Faculty Recognition Committee proudly recognizes 4 exceptional faculty members for their contributions to Middle Georgia State University, their students, and their communities. Excellence in Scholarship. This award recognizes a faculty member who excels in scholarly activity, such as research, publication, and prominence in one's chosen field. This year's winner is an outstanding historian and professor. He has spent several summers in China researching the Ming Dynasty Confucian scholar Wan Shiren, Ming philosopher Zhan Ruoxi, and China's Confucian traditions. His publications include Doing Good and Ridding Evil in Ming China, The Political Career of Wan Shiren, and papers and articles that have been included in the Journal of Chinese History, Journal of Sinology, and the Journal of World Philosophies. He was also asked by the University System of Georgia to assist ECOR with writing an open source world history textbook, World History, Cultures, States, and Societies to 1500. Additionally, he presented papers at the World History 24th Annual Conference and the 11th Annual Midwest Conference on Chinese Thought. I'm pleased to announce this year's winner of the Excellence in Scholarship Award is Dr. Larry Israel. Congratulations. Excellence in Service. The next award, the Excellence in Service Award, recognizes a faculty member who has contributed extraordinary service to Middle Georgia State University and or its surrounding public communities. This year's winner has served on our Faculty Senate since 2013. He has hosted a Coming to America panel for the last 10 years where international faculty are asked questions related to day-to-day activities in their home countries rather than large political issues. He has also presented many times at Georgia Coffee State Park in Douglas, Georgia. Presentations include topics on beekeeping, biting and stinging insects of Georgia, and animal camouflage. For the last 3 years, he has volunteered at Blakely County Elementary School Science Night and the Museum of Aviation as a judge for the Starbase Robin's First Lego League Super Regional Qualifiers. However, one of his most notable contributions to MGA has been serving as chair of the Faculty Senate for the last 2 years, during which time both the faculty handbook and the Senate bylaws were revised. I'm pleased to announce this year's winner of Excellence in Service Award recipient is Mr. Kirby Swenson. Congratulations. Excellence in Full-Time Teaching. This award recognizes a full-time faculty member who provides high-quality instruction and exceptional learning experiences. This year's winner is a versatile, self-reflecting, and endlessly improving instructor. Several of her students describe her best. Absolutely love her and this class. This is the most challenging course I've ever taken, but she makes it as manageable as possible. She is enthusiastic, loves the subject matter, cares about her students. She doesn't just give us good grades, she challenges us to learn and earn good grades. Another student describes their experience as, well, to start off, she is awesome. I wish someone would try to name a more dedicated professor than her. It is impossible. Time after time, she's always willing to go above and beyond to help students in and out of the classroom. The field trips we attended this semester were true eye-openers as to the possibilities post-graduation and even pursuing a career as a histotech. I'm pleased to announce this year's winner of the Excellence in Full-Time Teaching Award is Dr. Christine Rigsby. Congratulations. Excellence in part-time teaching. This award recognizes a part-time faculty member who provides high-quality instruction and exceptional learning experiences. This year's winner is a true treasure to MGA. She's not only one of our outstanding part-time instructors, she also serves as a full-time staff member, assisting students with tutoring and other academic needs on our Warner Robins campus. When asked what she thought her best teaching achievements were, she said, "I think of a rewarding experience in witnessing students' growth from an enthusiasm to gain and apply knowledge in positive ways while pursuing their educational and career goals. Notable teaching achievements are seeing students' motivation and eagerness to establish a foundation and progress thoughtfully while learning, and seeing students challenging themselves to participate in their communities." I am pleased to announce this year's winner of the Excellence in Part-Time Teaching is Ms. Jeannie Regario. Congratulations. Our final award is a new one, Diversity, Inclusion, and Equity Award. This award recognizes a staff or faculty member who has demonstrated a commitment to diversity, inclusion, and equity at the university and/or in the community. This year's winner, and the first to receive this award, is an outstanding professor, historian, and author who has demonstrated an unwavering commitment to diversity, inclusion, and equity throughout his life, both in the classroom and outside of it. He is the author of several books, including A Fire You Can't Put Out, The Civil Rights Life of Birmingham's Reverend Fred Shuttlesworth, Making Black and White, An Unutterable Separation in the American Century, and the forthcoming Eavesdropping on the Most Segregated Hour, A City's Clergy Reflect on Racial Reconciliation. In the classroom, he has developed courses which address issues of diversity, including Multicultural America, Perspectives on American Religious Diversity, Modern African American History, and the Civil Rights Movement. In a recent interview with WMAZ, the reporter Kayla Solomon asked the recipient, "As a professor at a college, what is your responsibility to your students?" He replied, "To challenge students to think about things that they don't want to think about. If you tell the story of America and don't deal with slavery, don't deal with Jim Crow, don't deal with lynching, you can tell a nice story, a figment of many people's imagination, but it's not the real history of America." I'm pleased to announce this year's recipient of the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Award is Dr. Andrew Manis. Congratulations. Finally, I want to say thank you to the Faculty Recognition Committee, as well as the Diversity Committee, for the work they have done to recognize these outstanding faculty members. Again, congratulations to all of the award winners for your hard work, dedication, and excellent service to our students, your peers, and our MGA communities.
Good morning. I'm Terri Reckart, Chair of Staff Council for the 2020 and 2021 academic year. It is my pleasure to present this year's Staff Recognition Awards to several outstanding staff members who have been nominated for this award by their supervisors, faculty, peers, and the MGA community. MGA staff serves our campus communities with a dedication to excellence that goes above and beyond, providing exceptional service to our students, faculty, and members of the community. Each year, the Staff Council of Middle Georgia State University proudly recognizes 3 outstanding staff members with our annual staff awards. The first award we are recognizing today is the Service Excellence Award. This award goes to a staff member who has made exceptional contributions, exceeding normal expectations, to deliver superior service to members of the campus community and/or the community at large. This year's winner of the Service Leadership Award exudes the core values of MGA. She represents greatness and everything that is inspiring about MGA. She does not receive the recognition that she deserves and is humbly content without it. She is extremely conscientious in making sure customers get the guidance they need to fulfill their needs. An example of her dedication, above and beyond the scope of her duties, is assisting a student with finding housing in Macon outside of dorm living. It is my pleasure to announce this year's winner of the Service Excellence Award is Carla Higgs. Congratulations. The next award we are recognizing today is the Unsung Hero Award. This award is for a staff member who works behind the scenes and yet continues to go above and beyond the call of duty to improve the MGA experience for students, co-workers, faculty, and/or staff. The winner of the Unsung Hero Award meets all of the criteria for the award. His efforts helped Middle Georgia State University to be successful. He is committed with a strong work ethic, always willing to lend a hand, extremely positive, and the list goes on and on. He is always willing to respond to questions and help out where needed. He strives to input requests quickly in our department and across campus. Although the technology in his role is always changing, he demonstrates the MGA core values of adaptability and learning regularly. It is my pleasure to announce this year's winner of the Unsung Hero is Philip Lux. Congratulations. The final award we are recognizing today is the Champion Award. This award is for a staff member who has exemplified MGA's core values of stewardship, engagement, adaptability, and learning. This year's Champion Award winner instills MGA values in each area of her work, and she has such a positive attitude that it is a pleasure for other staff members to interact with her. She's a model for other staff members in the MGA core values of learning. It is my pleasure to announce this year's winner of the Champion Award is Dawn Snyder. Congratulations. I want to say a special thank you to the Professional Development and Staff Recognition Committee for the work they have done to recognize these outstanding staff members. I also want to remind and encourage all of our MGA family to nominate those staff members you feel embody the criteria for each of these awards anytime someone goes above and beyond. Again, congratulations to all of the award winners for your hard work, dedication, and excellent service to our students, your peers, and our MGA community.
At this time, I would like to welcome Executive Director of Human Resources, Vicky Smith, who will introduce the Years of Service Awards.
Good morning. I am Vicky Smith, Executive Director of Human Resources, and I am proud to introduce the next portion of our program, congratulating those individuals who are being honored for their years of service to Middle Georgia State University. These individuals exemplify our 4 core values of stewardship, engagement, adaptability, and learning. They are valued members of our team, and their continued contributions are vital for Middle Georgia State University to continue to be successful in meeting our mission of educating and graduating inspired, lifelong learners whose scholarship and careers enhance the region through professional leadership, innovative partnerships, and community engagement. We applaud the determination and effort demonstrated by these individuals. People are and always will be our greatest asset. I hope each person being honored knows that they are an important member of our team and their abilities and contributions are a vital part of our past and future success. Today we are honoring nearly 100 employees for their years of dedicated service and commitment to this organization. We are especially proud to congratulate those individuals with 25, 35, and yes, even 40 years of service. Wow, what an achievement. Loyal and dedicated employees like those being honored today are the foundation to any successful organization. We know and appreciate that the foundation of our success is built upon the commitment of these individuals to Middle Georgia State University.
This concludes our event for today. I would like to thank you all for attending our virtual faculty and staff convocation. Congratulations to all of our award winners this year. I hope each and every one of you have an excellent academic year. Thank you and be safe.